Walk it back towards center. Now let's put our right hand right under our face. Straighten that right arm, and then let's open our shoulders, open toward that side, lifting our left hand to the sky. Get a twist here. Really reaching. Exhale, let's exchange that. Let's put our left hand under our face, and then let's twist open to the right, pressing the earth away, maybe extending that arm to the sky. Getting a nice twist here. And then exhale, let's bring that back. Let's put our hands on our hips. Let's get a nice straight spine here. And on your next inhale, you're going to rise, soft knees. Beautiful. We're going to heel toe our feet together. Then let's walk back up to the front of the mat and step our right foot back now. So find that nice lunge. Your heel is over, your knee is over your ankle. Your back heel is lifted. Find your posture for this last round. High lunge, a little bit of an arch or back bend. And then let's exhale that back heel down and find our nice strong warrior posture now. So your knee still over your ankle. Really reaching, crown is lifting. Check your drishti, your gaze. Are you staying present in this moment? Am I keeping you, or are you keeping your mind focused on your body, on your breath? Beautiful. Let's straighten that front leg on the inhale. And then let's reach forward on the exhale, and then let's bring our hands into Trikonasana, really reaching forward, reaching toward the earth. Remember, not collapsing, so staying up farther, if that's wherever you are. Do not fight against what is. Okay, now we're going to keep that front leg straight, and we're going to rotate our arm. So the left arm sweeps to the sky, and the right arm comes on our back leg, on our right leg. Left leg is still straight. You can look straight ahead, or you can look up, whatever's more comfortable for your neck. It's your body, so keep track. Listen to your own wisdom here. All right, let's bring it back to neutral. Let's adjust those left toes so that we are parallel or a little bit pointing in. Hands on your hips. Inhale to lengthen, and then flat back to exhale. Stay here. On your inhale and then exhale, relax it down. How does it feel this time? Getting more of a stretch in your low back. You can even put your hands on your low back, a little bit of extra warmth. You can even pull on your skin a little bit. Your hands can find the earth. You can add a little movement. Okay, now we're going to plant both hands, maybe just under, a little bit, kind of under our shoulders. Then we're going to do a little cat-cow action here. So your head is just dropping, letting gravity pull, but then on the inhale, you're going to lift your heart, lift your chin, lift your tailbone, maybe come up on your fingertips, kind of in a cow-like posture, and then exhale, drop your head, press the earth away, really arch your back like a cat. Tuck your chin. Inhale the cow. Exhale the cat. One more. Follow your breath on the inhale. Follow your breath on the exhale. Then come back to neutral. Put your hands on your hips, and on that next inhale with soft knees, rise with a flat back. Now I want you to heel toe your feet together a little bit wider than hips width. Now let's have our toes out a little bit, and you know how I feel about squats, or maybe you don't, but we should do them all the time. So go ahead and take a seat now, and you can come as low as you can go, if your heels start coming up, then you can stop there. You can always find a block or something and even sit on something at this part to get used to that feeling. You can make it a balanced posture and let your toes come up. So wherever you are, sink into your squat posture. And then once you're there, you can put your hands in prayer position and then even use your elbows to kind of give pressure to this, a little tension to this pose. And it also allows you to kind of lengthen your spine here and raise your crown. Have a nice straight back here. You can always add a little motion. If you feel anything in your knees, come up. And even if you have, like I have a stool here, or I have a block here, if you have anything handy, or you can find something where you can do your squat so that you don't feel too much on your hips or knees, but can stay in that position. So that would be great. All right, sorry, I just thought it looked like it wasn't taping, so if you saw a weird look on my face, I'm like, what? Okay, I think it is. Go ahead and place your hands on your mat, raise your hips, heel toe your feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Soft knees, rise to extended mountain. Really stretching here, maybe to the right, to the left. Maybe even back and forward, kind of give a little motion here. Yep. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful job, yogis. And beautiful yogis. Well, for balanced posture today, it kind of makes sense to do dancer because it's got that bow to the back thing going on. So let's fool around with that today. I'm going to give a little bit different direction to see how that works for you because, you know, a little variety might offer, or a different way to look at it might make it a little easier. So left foot, really put your weight into that left foot. Act like you're going to shake somebody's hand, so your thumb is up, so that when you bring that hand back, you're going to clasp the inside of that right foot. Bring your knees together. And instead of lifting straight up today, I'm going to ask you to lift straight out. And think of it as like that's an arrow, and you're really reaching out. And as you reach out from here, you're going to also at the same time kick into that right hand. So find something to look at, and then press into that foot and reach away. So pressing away, pressing away, pressing away. And then you do this until you fall out, really, because you keep challenging yourself. And that's a good lesson for surrender, because surrender doesn't mean you do nothing and you're just like, whatever. Surrender means you accept what is, but then you challenge and you work and you find that as an opportunity for personal growth. Sometimes it's hard in real life to see opportunities for personal growth, but if we find it in our yoga practice, where we challenge ourselves to grow and learn, and in a place where it's hard, we can see where that can transform into how we look at life in general. Let's put your weight into your right foot now. Act like you're going to shake somebody's hand so that thumb is up as you reach behind you. Grab the inside of that foot, bring your knees together. Let's reach that right arm out and forward. Find your gaze. And then reaching forward, kicking back. Reaching, kicking, whew. Always just starting over. That's how we grow. So reaching forward, kicking back. Reaching forward, kicking back. At some point your shoulder kind of opens. You can feel a back bend maybe. Beautiful yogis. So you can fool around with that one more second. Whew, I always invite you to do a heavy sigh. I don't know why it helps me. So for inversions today, I was going to do something, but I think we're going to change it to dolphin. So just come onto your hands and knees. And then kind of crawl your hands forward so you can set your elbows down. Grip the hand with your mat. Curl your toes under, and then press your heart and hip up. And walk your feet forward. Tailbones lifting. Head's in kind of that space in between your arms again. Your hands are gripping. Hey, our heart is above if your heart's above your head, that's the goal. Oh, I know, I wanted to do shoulder stand. So you can do this posture. You may or may not want to try shoulder stand, so you can always come back to dolphin. So that was maybe good we led with that. But if you want to try shoulder stand, come on to a seated position and gently roll back. Whew. Okay. And then press your hands into the mat and think about using your low belly to lift your hips up a little bit. So just use your low belly and just do a couple little lifts here. 1, 2. So you're pressing into the mat using your low belly. It does feel like you're using your legs a little bit too for momentum, but you should definitely feel your low belly and your arms working here. All right. You can keep doing that. That's amazing. If you want to try to get your heart above your head here for our inversion, then you kind of press up and then grab your hips with your hands. So your knees now are over your face and your legs can be straight or bent or however. And then think about walking your hands kind of up your back towards your shoulders. And then your knees can be bent or straight. And then at some point, your chin is really tucked here, which is fine. Shallow breathing is good. And if you want, you can try to extend your legs and come into a version of shoulder stand. And then you can lower your knees. If you want here just to check out your plow, plow would be extending your feet over your head. Otherwise, gently roll back to your back. Whew. Have your feet on the mat. And we're gonna just have our fingers spread wide next to our hips here. And then let's just reach forward and just kind of do a little bit of a pulse here. Get a little core work in. Couple breaths here, and then hold. And then let's just kind of tilt your shoulders to the right and to the left, so you're kind of reaching maybe behind your legs. Kind of going back and forth here. Try to relax your neck. Try to keep it neutral. Try not to have it real tucked. You could also have your hands behind your head with your elbows open, and then reach with your elbows. Kind of keeps your neck maybe in line a little better. Beautiful. Exhale that down. Then on your next inhale, you can roll up. I always have to engage in boat. I think that's like a squat. It's got to do it every time. So you can feel your sit bones here. So the 2 bones you're sitting on. Kind of tilt back so you're sitting on the back of those bones. Engage your low belly here. And raise your legs hanging onto your knees. Now try to keep thinking about, it's easy to maybe keep a long back and stay tilted back, but keep engaging that low belly. Now engage that right foot and think about pressing on a pedal and straightening that right leg. And then that left leg pressing on a pedal. Keep that low belly engaged. Okay. Now at any point, you can let go of your knees, or you can try to do both at once. But this is a place where you can eventually see growth. I have never had a strong core, so this is maybe why I like to work on this, because I do see improvement. Okay, beautiful. Woo! All right, now we can roll back on our back. You're welcome. Take your right knee, cross it over your right ankle, take your right ankle, cross it over your left knee. So make a figure 4 here. Press that right knee away from your body. You can even kind of stretch your skin here. Relax your hand, and then let's pull all this forward. You can push with that bottom knee, pushing this bent leg toward you. I like to actually grab my hand and grab my foot and my knee and pull a little bit too. And then rock. This is reclined pigeon. Nice. Okay, let's set that down. Uncross. And let's do a figure 4 here. Now let's press that left knee away and even stretch that skin away a little bit. Okay, relax, and then lift that right leg up so you can press and then maybe even pull that bent leg toward your body. You should feel a stretch in your left hip. You can rock back and forth here or not. Beautiful. Set that right leg back down, uncross. Then let's just let both legs drop off to the left. You can make a figure, spread your arms to a T and look right. And then gently come back to center and let that fall off to the right, look left. Come back to center. I'm only going to have you do one more back bend today. So let's bring our heels a little bit closer to our hips, right? Our feet are closer to our body. Let's press our palms, have the arms along the side of your body on the mat. Press your palms into the mat, and on an inhale, you're going to lift your hips. So that's not a back bend right now, but what about if you clasp your hands behind your back, walk your shoulders closer together, and lift your hips higher? For 1, 2, 3. Try to have your palms together, or that's like your next goal. 3, 4, 5. Now option to release your clasp and see if you can get to a point where you're reaching. Keep your knees together, by the way, closer. Don't let your knees spread out here. See if you can grab your ankles and walk your shoulders together and press your hips up. Or in whatever position. You can always breathe in here, pressing up with your hips and exhaling down. Breathe in. Exhale, you can lower down at any point. Inhale. And then let's all exhale. Walking your shoulders away, walking your body long again. And then let's find that Shavasana again. In Shavasana, your body has to do nothing. Just release. Your mind has to do nothing. There's no waiting. There's no expecting. There's no worries. Try and keep your mind still like a pond on a day when there's no breeze. And a thought is like a pebble that drops in, and you just let it drop in and let it go. Don't let it create a storm in your mind, a lot of waves and action. You're going to stay here for 3 minutes. I shall keep the time. I'll bring you in and out with a strike of the singing bowl. Ishvara Pranidhana, surrender, is one of the 5 niyamas in yoga philosophy. I'm going to just read a section from The Yamas and Niyamas by Deborah Adele. This practice of Shavasana is one of the most important practices we can do, for it is here that we begin to learn the meaning of letting go of all the ways we physically and mentally fight with life. As we learn to stop fighting life, we begin to act skillfully. Control makes us rigid and tight and narrows our perspective. Getting rid of our armor opens a world of possibility and makes us lighter and more comfortable for the journey. We can monitor our moment-to-moment surrender to life by watching the inner sensations of contraction and expansion. Contraction is a feeling of constriction, a pulling in. Expansion is an opening, a creating of space and wonder. When we find ourselves in contraction, we are fighting life or fearful of life. When we find ourselves in expansion, we are in the flow of surrender. Go ahead and bring awareness and movement back to your body. Gently roll over onto the right side. And press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Just give a little neck roll, or any movement that feel like your body could use? Maybe some shoulder rolls. Now we're going to give one more twist, or one twist. We haven't really twisted a lot. Let's put our left hand across our body, grab onto our right knee, and then think about starting our twist right at the base of our spine, twisting in our low back, our middle back, reaching our hand behind there at where our low spine is, twisting through our middle back, our upper back, our shoulders, and our neck and our eyes. Really wringing anything out here we don't need. And let's gently come back to center, and let's do that on the other side. So again, start with your almost your tailbone, and think about twisting from there, and then through the lower back, middle back, the upper back, the shoulders. You can use that right hand pressing away, really getting a nice twist here, your neck, your eyes, and then come back to center. Let's press our palms together, Anjali Mudra. Press our thumbs into our heart. Let's think about inhaling our sternum and pressing that into our thumbs. Lifting our crown, our face is relaxed. The divine light in me honors and recognizes, cherishes, respects that same divine light in all of you. We are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me